The reason why the 30th would be important in many people's eyes is just to interrogate whether there has been a consistent dishonesty, really, in terms of the four principles. Yes, they stand together when they give a statement, but it looks like right from the word go, there was a bit of disagreement or dishonesty, if I can just call a spade, from some of them when there are things being done behind others' backs.
What I will say is this, there was a point I was encouraged when Musalia Mudavadi went to see Atwoli. And if Atwoli is to be believed, Mudavadi told him the truth as to why he didn't show up on 30th, and even apologized, and he was forgiven, which I want to encourage him. As the Luhya nation, there are people who are always ready to forgive. You see, we say in Kiluya that even an errant child is still your child. All he needs to do is to level with the people. I mean, people understand that human emotions are natural. So it is not for you to, and you can see even the public will not buy all these stories that Barack was telling them about the Nigerian number. They want the truth. And when you tell the truth always sets you free.
All right, Barack, your truth also being put in question here. But anyway, you say that is your truth and you'll stick by it. And
look, the truth is God. And God is the truth. And we are seeing here a consistent record and trait of an individual who does things behind other people's backs. And it did not start yesterday. Edwin Sifuna was a toddler in 2002 when Raila Odinga on the 14th day of October signed a pact with Simeon Nyachae at the Serena. And they proceeded to Uhuru Park. He has no memory of that, and so he can come here and start leveling personalized assaults against me. And when they got there, and go and read it in Simeon Nyachae's autobiography, he says Raila Odinga from nowhere came up and said, Mwai Kibaki anatosha. And Nyachae says, I did not know that while we were talking to him, he was also having other discussions with the Mwai Kibaki-led Democratic Party of Kenya. But you can go even further earlier, when he was even a smaller toddler, in 1997, that after that election, the collective opposition came together. Mwai Kibaki, Charity Ngilu, Michael Wamalwa, and they got into a pact. Unbeknown to them, Raila Odinga was having another meeting with Moi in Cabernet Gardens. And all these things are properly documented. So if we want to call a spade, we are talking about a consistent history. And it's also true that these gentlemen, including Sifuna here, including Norman Magaya, were calling each one of these three principles individually, and they were telling them that we are here with Kalonzo and with the captain, and now we are ready to go to Uhuru Park. And they called also Moses Wetangula, they said the same. They called Kalonzo, they said the same. There was some very strange choreography here. And this issue of people being told to switch off their phones and to be contacted on alternative numbers, they are the truth in the name of God. And so when Edwin Sifuna comes here and he thinks that diversionary, personalized attacks against me are going to change the truth
remains the truth.
Will remain the same. And he says here, and I think Kenyans need to interrogate this, that he was always informed of the facts that his principal was already in conversation with President Kenyatta. And yet, when the other three principals were consistently saying, let us have dialogue, Edwin Sifuna and other youthful hotheads were climbing on rooftops, and they were saying, we don't want dialogue with anybody. They were saying that it's cowards who are asking for dialogue. How do they then engage in an acrobatic feat in the mid-space and suddenly become heroes because they have embraced dialogue?
Edwin, your defense to that